Hey, what are you doing?
Oh my God, there's so many people outside.
Really?
Outside this building?
Yeah.
I only saw 2 when I got here, but they were lurking.
And they all need help.
What's going on?
My name is on the list. Will you let me in?
What list?
I don't know.
Well, there's 900 radio stations. There's somebody coming up.
Let's send Frodo down there with the clipboard and just tell people their name's not on the list.
Okay.
Oh, you're not on here.
I'm Frodo.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that's funny. They're all at the gate. Will you grab the cell phone and go down to the gate and tell all those people they're not on the list?
But you need a clipboard or something that looks like
But make
a
it
list.
snappy because it looks like something's going to happen because there's a lot of people. So grab a cell phone. No, and then there's a lady at the gate. Let me in. My name is on the list. And I'm like, I can't let you in, ma'am. And I'm really late. No time for you dilly-dallying, all right? And she's like, but name is on list.
Who do you think? Because we have so
Mega.
many stations, it could be anybody. Mega?
Well, I don't know.
Do we even own Mega?
Whatever. It's Hot 94.
Hot 94. My name is on the list. Poor lady. She's standing
Do we
out-
own an Armenian station? What accent
I
are you
felt
doing?
bad for her because she's standing outside of her car.
I actually started to walk over thinking it was
not
you.
those gate people.
Different people?
Yeah, this at the garage people.
Ah.
Yeah, I saw the gate people.
Yeah, when I came up, I saw the gate people, but there was only 2, and I thought one of them might be you.
Oh no,
So-
Thing is surrounded, is what you're
yeah,
saying?
Yeah, we're surrounded, dude.
with people. Yeah, I saw the gate people, but this lady actually was smart because she was at the parking lot. You know, the parking garage. with the
No,
gate.
I get it. I'm now just wondering what's going on.
And she had me blocked, and I'm thinking, I have 2 minutes, and I can hear the song, you know, and I'm like, okay, check, you got to move out of the way, because I got 2 minutes to run my ass up to the studio and prepare.
Right.
And that was like 2 hours ago.
Right.
Yeah. And what?
You were confronted by a human shield on your way to work.
I
That's
know.
a pretty exciting morning.
Oh, it gets worse. Somehow, some way, there was a pace car all the way from Santa Monica to here.
I had that.
A cop?
This morning?
Yeah.
I don't know what it was exactly. I thought there's an accident. I'm going to be late. And I got on the freeway and it was going like 30, and I'm weaving through waiting to get to the cop or the accident.
Right.
And then there's just this big break. It just seemed like trucks just
Drives
stopped the
me
whole
nuts.
thing.
I gave you an article. The CHP is doing a big crackdown on bad drivers, and they have like all this money, and they're putting more cops out.
Well,
So-
yeah, they did today because I was thinking, are you kidding me? And then I thought he was going to take the 10 exit. I was like, okay, go take the 10. He didn't.
No.
He continued. And I'm like, okay, dude, you don't understand. I knew it was Friday, and so I gave myself an allotted amount of time because Fridays, you know, you give yourself an allotted amount of time. Yeah.
Every day I give myself an allotted amount of time.
Well, I give myself more on other days. But Fridays, I get it down to a specific number, and that is 22 minutes.
From Santa Monica?
Without a pace car.
Right.
Right. That's... Well, no, the pace car. I'm like, you are screwing up my routine. And then when my name is on the list, I was like, okay, forget it. But I made it, so that's good.
You know what's funny is I've started using this little recorder thing, which I, of course, had to go find this morning.
Right?
And the very first thing on it is my routine was completely ruined this morning.
See, it can throw you off.
My whole day is completely thrown, and
Why, your dog?
I blame you. Well, the dog was in fact part of it, but there was a big deal with the dog yesterday, which was part of why my routine was ruined today.
I was just looking at southbound 5 freeway at Los Feliz.
That's where I was. What is it?
It's closed. Or something. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just for saying, just because.
It's the Glendale Freeway, so it is going to be an entire nightmare here on the southbound 5. Now, for alternates,
Oh, my
Paul Johnson's
God.
got him. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Mike. It is indeed.
Did he
a
say the
big
word
problem
nightmare?
On the southbound 5, the Golden State
Okay.
Freeway in the Los Feliz area. All southbound lanes completely shut down before Los Feliz Boulevard. Now, let's talk about some of the alternate routes.
That
Okay,
sucks. Maybe
you know
people
what I
want to
ran
hear that,
into?
though. Wait. Maybe people want to hear the alternate routes. Hold on. Yeah.
Diverted onto the westbound Ventura Freeway. Also, the traffic that is already between the Ventura Freeway and Los Feliz Boulevard. You can get off of Colorado and take San Fernando Road. But if you get on the 134, go to the 2, the Glendale Freeway, head southbound, and you can rejoin that 5 freeway again. As you heard Mike say, it could be a problem for at least another 2 hours.
Okay, now I know what it was. That's where I get on, except northbound.
It must have just
So
happened.
it was the residue of whatever people were seeing on the other side of the freeway. That's what was stopping me.
Man, I hate it. Nightmare and at least 2 more hours.
Yep.
That's today's key words. Anyway, so back to your thing was screwed up, your routine.
Yeah, and I will tell you the worst part, because the thing with the dog is just a big, long story. But I woke up this morning, and I decided not to take the dog for a walk this morning, because yesterday was just such a
Lazy.
hassle. And I haven't bought my pellet gun yet.
Was his legs crossed? Didn't he have to go pee or
I
poo?
have a backyard.
Okay. I didn't. I thought that was part of it. Most people take their dogs for a walk because they had to.
Right. No, I
Dookie.
take my dog for a walk. Well, I prefer that he go dookie out there, because even when you clean it up, it still has residue in my backyard
Got
that
it.
I don't love as much as residue on their front yard.
Right.
So I decided it's still only 3:30 in the morning. I got all this time, so I turn on the news. But what happens is I turn on my TV, and it's usually on cartoons, and I have to wait for it to warm up before I can change channels.
Wait,
So-
you have the old tube?
What? Yeah, you can't. My TV, I don't know about you, none of my TVs will change channels while you can't see
Well,
the
I have
picture.
to wait for the satellite to kick in.
I only have, and then I have to wait for the picture.
My
I can hear
God.
the sound of
He has one
SpongeBob.
of those old tube TVs.
I can hear the sound of SpongeBob, but I can't get rid of him till I can see him.
Jeez.
What I saw at around 4 o'clock this morning
Bam, bam, bam.
is your fault, and I blame you.
Bum, 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 bam. That porno that I shot finally came to fruition.
What can I say? It was Mardi Gras, and I was out of beads. No, I'll tell you.
All right, we're going to take a little bear.
A Barrett? The hell is a Barrett?
Okay, 4 things real fast before we get to Danny's story. First of all, 5 southbound at
Los Feliz.
Los Feliz, completely shut down. 5 southbound at Los Feliz, completely shut down for 2 more hours.
Yep. Somebody
Pedestrian.
ran over a pedestrian.
Right. So just watch out for that. Just telling you, because that sucks when
Yeah.
you're stuck there. Number 2, when I got here this morning, there were people all over outside going, my name is on the list. So we sent Frodo downstairs to tell people they're not on the
Yeah,
list.
with a list
Right.
that they will not be on, unless, it's just a cool coincidence that
Right.
he wrote down John Smith, and John Smith is down there, then we got to let him in.
It's for the other radio station, by the way. Frodo, you down there?
I'm down here.
Are there people down there?
Damn it, we just missed him.
Oh.
The person came up and got him. There was some foreign lady sitting here, and I was going to question her about being a terrorist for not being on the list and everything. And
Oh, that would have been good.
Oh, and then they took her?
yeah,
But you know what? Way to think it out, Frodo.
Yeah.
We throw that bit out there and hope it sticks to the wall, and he's got a terrorist angle.
We should go down the hallway and get the lady that was yelling, my name is on the list.
No, we shouldn't.
Oh, my God. She was very upset, though. All right.
he's
well,
coming
Frodo,
up.
that was a really great job.
Do you know why they were here?
I have no idea.
Oh, 'cause
Well,
we-
you really did miss them.
yeah, we wanted to know why there were so many people outside and why they're bugging us.
I will find out for you.
All right. Thank you, Frodo. Good luck.
Nice job, Frodo.
Yeah, it was a swell job. All right, and then there was one other thing I wanted to hit. Oh, yeah. Here in a little bit, we're going to play for you. Last night, as you know, the Carrie guy talked. John, old John, he spoke last night. And right after he talked, you know how they dropped ticker tape and balloons and all that crap? Well, apparently the director was still on mic,
Yep.
and he said the F word.
I thought he said the S word. He said the F word?
He said hell, and he said the F word, and it went across the world. Oh, yeah!
Hey!
That's the lady that was on the list.
Hi, lady. You're on the list.
Oh, my God. Hi. Go ahead. There's a microphone. How are you? Right there. Are you upset?
No, I'm very happy that I'm here, but I just could not park on the street because I'm handicapped.
Oh.
And I do have handicap plates, and I asked the lady if she would allow me to enter, and she said, yeah, follow me. I said, my name is on the list. My name is
That's
on the list.
That's the part Jamie heard. What is your name?
Juanita.
Hi, Juanita.
Juanita. Her name is on the list.
Oh, I know you.
Well, thank you, Juanita.
And I hear you, and I went to see you at Agora.
Well, thank you
Oh,
very
wow.
much. I'm doing a show called Has-Beens Without Borders.
Yeah, Yeah, but I was worried about you. I wanted to make sure that you got in okay.
I certainly did. She was very kind. I didn't even get her name to thank her, but she drives a white wagon, you know.
Yeah, I saw her.
You know what?
Very, very
but
nice.
for a lady with, and it's a slight handicap, I noticed you limp when you came in. You saw me and David Cassidy in Agora.
Exactly.
And now you're here for a show
Yes.
this morning.
For our
You
sister
go to
station.
You go to a lot of shows.
I get around
Good for you.
at my young age of 71 years young.
Wow, you're 71. You don't. I swear to God, what do you think she looks?
I think she used that Botox.
Yeah, so do I. You look in your early 50s.
Thank you very much. There's not
There's
ever
not?
a knife. I said there's never been a knife or a
needle?
needle on my face.
That is natural. That youth
I've had a
is-
knife held to almost every part of my
that
body.
youth right there is natural, my friends.
Right
My
on.
God, you have some good genes.
Thank you very much.
All right, so what show are you going to see?
Coast.
I know, but what are they doing?
We're having breakfast with
Mark and Kim?
You know what?
They never invite us.
I love Mark and Kim.
Me too. I especially love that Mark. He's a looker, isn't he?
But
He's
you
kinda-
never think of a line outside the building.
He's kind of hot, isn't he?
Let me tell you. Well, I never met him, but
Oh, he's cute.
He's smoking
let me tell
hot.
you, I'm a volunteer. I was a volunteer and been for Mercedes Cup tennis,
You right?
and for 3 hours they had me.
Why are you
They
undressing?
had.
Oh, she's showing us her Coast T-shirt.
T-shirt.
Oh.
They had me passing this fence for.
Oh, so they've used you.
They
Yeah.
used me. You know.
So let me ask you something. Exactly what
And then they
at
get
a
better at
sporting
egg.
event, what do they ask a 71-year-old handicapped lady to do?
To hand out those fans.
Hand out those fans. No.
So you don't run across and get the
No,
balls.
no. My job is in the media. I
Right.
work with the media.
Ah.
But that day I was there early, and they needed somebody to pass these fans.
Did they pay you?
No,
Oh,
I'm a
'cause we're
volunteer.
union here.
I'm a volunteer.
You should have got paid.
Yeah, we
Somebody
might
got your
wanna talk to
cash.
Mark and Kim
so
right
now
there.
what? Now you passed out all those fans, and they're gonna give you an egg.
No, well, no, this was just a coincidence. You know, they didn't even know me.
Well, you take a look at that Mark. He's a looker.
Yeah, he is.
According to the picture that I'm looking in here.
No,
you
he
can
looks
see.
better.
He does?
Oh, yummy.
And he has money.
However, his voice sounds like an older, you know.
No.
Oh, no, he's old.
Well, that guy uses Botox.
Yeah,
though.
he's like 70,
Yeah.
75, that
Yeah,
Mark.
but he does use Botox. Ask him where he gets his Botox done. He does it at the Beverly Hills
I
Surgical.
don't-
And
Institute.
don't let the fact that he now looks slightly Asian from the facelift
Yeah.
surprise you.
He had a brow lift. Look at how high his eyebrows go like this. He'll look surprised like
And then
that.
there's his little bolts in the top of his head.
Yeah.
Don't stare at the crown.
Right.
Don't get me in trouble because I'm.
And he had testicle implants.
On his
Not-
cheeks.
Right, which is weird.
Would you like to hear a joke that I just heard on the way here?
I would love to hear a joke.
It's got to be clean.
Is it clean?
Oh yes. it
Okay,
is.
all right.
These two elderly couple were sitting in their porch, and the fellow was a retiree truck driver. So he said to his
He was
wife,
retarded?
Retired.
I'm sorry.
retired truck driver.
Sorry, my
So
ears.
he said to his wife, "Honey, guess what I bought? I bought 4 brand new tires." She said to him, "What's the matter with you? You don't even have a truck anymore." "Do I tell you anything when you buy your bras?"
Oh, that's a good
Very
one.
nice, ladies. Let me write that down right now. The next time you come to see me in Agora,
You're using
do
that
I
one.
say anything when you buy a
That
bra?
is
Thank you, ladies and
awesome.
gentlemen.
That is great. Well, thank you for stopping by. You're a
was a
wonderful,
pleasure.
wonderful woman, and you're smoking hot.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
believe you're 71.
Hey, try to make your moves on that Mark because he's single, you know.
I'll walk you down there.
Yeah, you.
Oh, they came to get you.
Whoa. Oh, where are they?
They're sending people
They're
for you.
sending people for her.
Hey, what are you doing?
All right, now go make your moves on that Mark. All right, which her name was on the list.
I got it. Well, thank you very much.
Bye.
She
See
said,
you
"God
later."
bless me with my new program." What
She
does
means
she
that
know?
TV show that got canceled.
No, I've got a new show that's going to be canceled. So there.
All right, so when we come back, the F-bomb on CNN,
Right.
why Danny's morning was ruined, and see, I don't lie, there's the lady that
was
was
on
on
the
the list. All right, hey there. We're going to finish Danny's story, and don't forget, like, right after Danny's story, we're going to play this thing that happened last night live on CNN where the F-bomb was dropped.
Okay.
All right, so anyway.
It's not really a story. It would have been a story if I was going to tell you the whole setup about why I couldn't take my dog for a walk this morning. There's a whole real coyote issue with Sid yesterday, and they stalked me all the way home. I'd carry him and
Maybe you're
run backward.
paranoid.
What? Not if they're unless I'm hallucinating. They're right there, and I was telling Stench off the air. They like circled me, and I had to walk backwards holding Sid with Dukes like screaming at him. They were not afraid at all. But anyway, so I didn't take them for a walk today because I haven't gotten my pellet gun yet. That's my answer.
You bought a $12 billion dog that won't defend you against coyotes?
Yeah, it will. But I didn't want
And you need a gun?
I don't want my dog to defend me against coyotes. You know, they're wild animals, and he's going to get bit for sure, and I don't want that.
Okay. Anyway.
So I'm going to shoot them. So when I go to turn on the TV this morning, it's normally on cartoons, and I change the channel to headline news.
Right.
As the TV starts to warm up and I hear the dialogue, I'm thinking, no, please, no. And it's ice castles.
Oh, and then you have to watch it.
I could not
You
change
have
it.
to watch it to find out what she trips over.
I didn't see the thing that made her blind, which is what we always fight about. So the thing that makes her blind apparently is the chain, because the thing that I have always fought for, no, she falls over roses, which is in fact correct.
But later.
Yeah, at the very end of the movie.
Yeah.
But falls badly.
Yeah.
Falling on a rose on ice would be the same as hitting a pebble on an old-time skateboard. You just stop and go forward. She just kind of slides gracefully, and everybody's all sad. And I'm thinking,
well, wait. The roses.
we forgot the roses.
Yeah.
That's-
it went like that,
Yeah,
didn't it?
that's
Damn it.
exactly how it went.
Yeah.
And it's with Robbie Benson with a tear in his eye, and I was thinking, I hate Jamie.
Yeah, well, I'm sad for you that you didn't get to see the tripping part and what made her blind.
What made her blind? But
Yeah.
I concur, because this is probably a really sad statement for the show. We've had the ice castles fight so many
for
times.
6 years.
So I've got to assume since at
And
the
Jack
end of the,
bought it for me.
Right, and my wife right now, for some reason, has it on TiVo. So if you want, I'll just
Oh,
bring in the
okay,
clip
all
of
right,
her.
yeah.
well, it's running on HBO Family. You
Yeah.
can't miss it.
And you bought me the video. Yeah, that was nice of you.
So the ice castles debate after 6 years is put to bed. You're right about what made her go blind. I'm right about what puts her on the ground at the end of the movie.
It's a great movie to just sit there and go ahead and watch.
Not when you're supposed to be watching headline news so you can come in here and be prepared. How does Robbie Benson prepare you for anything?
You know he's like a director and a producer now.
Yeah, and he's also the voice of the Beast in Beauty and the Beast.
He is?
That big
That little
gnarly
man?
voice is Robbie Benson.
Wow, he's handsome.
Yeah.
That Robbie Benson's a looker. He looks like Mark.
We should get him on the show.
And do what with him?
Ask him about ice castles. I'm fool with him. Dude, we just had Juanita on the show, a 71-year-old handicapped lady, and she was a home run.
And by the way, speaking of celebrities not coming on the show, that Roseanne hates you.
I know. She's a vile human being.
Yeah, but I got a voicemail from somebody who's related to the show or whatever. I don't know. Like somebody that knew her and said you were rude to her.
Dude, I bailed her ass out of a fire. That's what I did. And that's no easy
What
job.
fire?
Way to go, Dan!
What fire?
The fire of her being a lunatic on her own show.
Well, how'd you bail her out? Because that's not what I heard.
What'd you hear?
I heard that you were rude to her on her show.
Well, you'd be wrong.
Well, I mean, that's just what I heard.
No, I know.
I'm not wrong.
Whoever told you it would be wrong. I mean, there's tape of it. I'm really nice to her.
Well, then what happened? What happened?
I don't know. I swear to God, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Are we going to get her on the show to iron all this out?
Here's where I am with it. Roseanne right now is currently on vacation in Hawaii and does not return until August 18th.
Wow.
And her people won't even call me back. She was doing the project she was pushing. We were able to get through to them. And she doesn't want to come on this show because she doesn't like you.
No, she doesn't want to come on the show because she's a vile human being.
No,
and I'm
she
aware of
doesn't like you.
Did we
in
hear-
particular, and we had her booked, and she was coming, and the next thing I know, she canceled and showed up with Jason and Lisa.
And so did we have any details as to why he's vile?
She doesn't like him.
But why?
We're gonna get to the
You're
bottom of
not
that.
allowed to just say you don't like somebody without
Thank
some,
you.
Like
Yeah.
you got to have some why.
it. Right.
Yeah.
And the way I
And she
see
has,
it,
as far as I know, she has no why. I can only guess a mistake of some kind.
She
has been made.
probably got you switcheroo with somebody.
My guess would be that. That would have to be
that
my
Ron
guess.
Howard.
Donnie Most was
Donnie
rude.
Most, yeah.
Okay, Ron Howard wouldn't do her show because he's too big, and Donnie Most wouldn't do his show because nobody can find him. So I don't think it's those two. I'm going to go with Ronald McDonald or Bozo pissed her off.
All right, well, it's just a theory.
The Beaver.
And now, ladies and germs, what you've been waiting for. Just off a 2-week stint at Helen's Trailer Park and Bar. Coming to you from Southern Illinois, where the Hoodolls rape the chickens and no one cares. That's right, he kids because he loves It's Bob White.
I was just telling Jamie I wanted to do the Bob White Comedy Hour when she was on sabbatical.
Oh, I totally would have done it.
Yeah, you would have done it?
Oh, yeah. Actually, we're a little early.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
That's
Good morning.
Hi, Dad.
Hiya, Bob.
Well, top of the morning to you all.
How are you?
I am just ducky dandy.
Well,
great
my
day.
God, he's just ducky dandy,
I
friends.
am.
Yep. Things are good there. Fishing's good.
Fishing is outstanding, and Danny, my worm farm is just crops running over.
Wow.
And are you making any money with it? Because I'm in the entrepreneurial mode these days.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, I am.
Well, am I making any money at it?
Or can you, or
It's
will
more
you?
of a voluntary service.
No. It's like raising children. You do it for the fun of it.
Oh, right.
Not me. I do it to see if I can make some money from them.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, Dad, excuse me, did you see the Democratic National Convention last night?
I saw part of it. Yes, I did.
And your thoughts?
My thoughts. Well, it's promise anything. I want your vote. I have no idea where you are or where you're at because I make $1 billion a year, and the poor guy that's driving a truck on the highway. I'll promise you anything. Vote for me, but I have no idea what it's like to drive a truck and have to make payments.
Well,
There's no connection between the upper level and the lower level.
Yeah.
Do you believe that to be true? Do you believe that because he comes from incredible wealth that he cannot feel compassion or serious connection to people suffering hard times?
He absolutely cannot.
All right. I just wanted to get that, clear, and that was clear.
And I am not, I'm adequately funded, but I really can't understand what it would be like to have my appliances repossessed, my vehicle repossessed. I really don't know what those people have to deal with.
Oh, let me help you out and educate you. It sucks.
Okay.
No, but I mean, I know what you're saying. It's like the people that work their ass off every day and still can't make the payments.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we're at a situation in politics now where politicians feel they can gain votes by totally dividing the country. The country is going to be financially divided by those who produce and those who take.
Which is always the struggle.
That is an unfortunate situation because it will draw boundaries. It will draw.
Bob's bringing me down.
I'm sorry, but
You're bringing Jack down, and he got his place settings, Dad.
Did you, Jack? Oh, I am so glad you got the wedding gift.
Perfect. Thank you.
I really, really didn't know what to get you.
Yeah, my dad gave Jack 250 table settings.
Yeah.
250
Yeah,
tables.
Kentucky
for his Kentucky for going to Kentucky. Yeah.
Right.
Show Danny.
Well, you did invite me to your wedding, and I knew it was an oversight, so I certainly wanted to say that I would do something for you.
Beautifully done,
Yeah,
Bob.
nothing like 250 toothpicks, Dad.
That's wooden matches.
And wooden matches, yeah.
Yes. So, I couldn't have, the toothpick was for the people to suck on, and the matches were to light up their cigars and cigarettes, which I did not provide.
Right. Yeah,
because Kentucky grows some of the finest tobacco, so you had it there handy.
Oh, very nice, Jack. Did you get any Kentucky tobacco?
Other green things they grow.
Oh, no. What, any marijuana? No, marijuana either.
When are we going to see Bob again?
We're going to see Bob in October.
Are we?
Bob in October, yes.
Bob in October. He's going to do an appearance.
Cool. And
I
would love to take him to one of my entrepreneurial ventures and see what he thinks.
Well, he would love to go.
See. Well.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you don't have to go.
Well,
he doesn't know what that means.
When I get to your part of the world, I just enjoy seeing the people and seeing how the people live and just bumming around.
No, you don't. You shake your head and say, I can't believe people pay this much goddamn money for this little piece of land.
That's what I'm talking about.
My brother that lives in Mexico, I took him to the Sky Bar for a big night out 2 years ago when he came here, and the waitress bought him his drink and said $9, and he absolutely flipped out. He said, where I live, You could get drunk and feed a family of 4 for $9.
I know.
That's right.
That's what
I want to give you an example.
Okay.
Please.
I got my property tax. Now, the residence I'm living in is nothing fancy, but I do have about 3 acres of land on a lake, and it's surrounded with large oak trees, lovely setting, and my taxes are $291. My property taxes.
My electric bill for 2 weeks is $291.
I know.
$291.
Yeah. I mean, it is beautiful. I mean,
You know what? I can see it.
It's beautiful.
I can see it. His cabin with his porch and his lake, 3 acres. In my mind's picture, there's a nice drift of snow on it.
And it's been there before.
Yeah, it's been there, and right now it's got a couple of boats in the backyard in the water. It's beautiful. Yeah.
But at any rate,
Yeah.
you know, you get out of life what you put into it. So I'm watching right now on CNN with the sound off, thank goodness. Politicians out there, people are jumping up and down, waving flags, and I'm thinking, are these people mature? You know, people that go to these conventions, and both parties, they're like a bunch of rowdy little children.
They're like groupies.
Yeah, they are groupies.
Look at me, look at me, look at me.
Well, they're very excited, I guess, about that, Carrie. But I will tell you this: I'm not going to use any of that ketchup anymore.
You're not going to use Heinz ketchup anymore?
No.
Well, that's a gripe with me. See, you're talking, Danny. These people can feel our pain.
Actually, it was a question, but okay.
All right.
Because I think they can really.
This lady, the lady of the man who's running for president.
Right.
She has an enormous wealth, which is fine, and she should not be punished for that.
Right.
All right. But don't stand there and say, I understand where you're coming from. However, 70% of my business is produced outside the United States, okay, and shipped in. And my employees, 70% of them
70%
are foreign employees. I produce these things that you eat
outside of our country.
And they're outside of this country.
70%.
Hey, Juanita came from outside the country. We liked her.
70%.
Well, first come the politicians.
Yeah.
Next come the laws. And third come the taxes.
Very nice, Dad. That was deep, too.
Yeah, well, and that's not original. The Romans... That's a cliche with the Roman Empire.
Oh, right. I remember just yesterday I was reading.
Were you? Were you talking to a Roman?
Roman cliches. I brought the book.
Romans were Italians, and I want to tell you something that I just read in ARP magazine or one of the magazines, Smithsonian, that, Danny, this will kind of bear on you. I'm sorry, but
that's quite all right.
70%.
70%.
Quit that. 70% of the Italian men in North America over the age of about 45 to 50 are impotent.
Oh.
71%.
You got to get a hold of yourself, son.
I can't anymore. That is the problem.
All right, Dad, we got to go.
Bob White, ladies and gentlemen.
Very nice.
Good to hear from you, Jack. I want you to and your missus to really enjoy the wedding gift. I gave it a lot of thought.
Yeah, even though he wasn't invited, he's very sad.
Even though I wasn't invited to your wedding.
70% of the people here weren't invited, Dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
99% of the people here were invited.
Yeah, 70% of the people that were invited were mad about it.
Okay. Well, remember in politics, people deserve what they vote for.
Very nice.
Yeah, you get the president you deserve.
You get the president, you get the political system.
Ah.
It's not just the president.
It's the whole kit and caboodle.
There's an old Roman saying, Bob.
Yeah, a
yes,
cliche.
it is.
Yes, I bought the Roman cliche book.
Yeah.
All right, Dad, we love you bunches. And
okay.
your final...
Hey, it's so good to hear from you all
Well,
again.
you too, and you didn't even give us where the Hoot Owls raped the chickens, and nobody cares.
I didn't, because, boy, the Hoot Owls have been so dang busy. They've been really hooting now.
The chickens are just
Time
fine.
of year for the Hooters out there in the woods at night.
Wow.
Every night you hear them out there.
Yeah, okay.
All right, thanks, Bob.
Okay.
All right, love
from
you.
Southern Illinois, hoo-dee-hoo.
Hoo-dee-hoo, Bob.
Hoo-dee-hoo.
Bye. Love you, Dad. Bye.
Bye. 70% of that phone call was great.
All right, so as you know, John Kerry spoke last night at the Democratic National Convention. Everybody, woo, yeah, crazy.
Yes. Like groupies.
Did he say anything that was, amazing? Does anybody know? I didn't watch it.
I watched, just like Bob, I watched some of it, but I didn't see him. I saw some lady I never heard of in my whole life.
Well, actually, we have a couple of clips, so we can just take a little listen to some of the things he had to say.
I will send a message to every man and woman in our armed forces. You will never be asked to fight a war without a plan to win the peace.
Can you go back to that again, Jack? I want to hear him say you, because that really bugs me. I said it.
I will send a message to every man and woman in our armed forces. You will never be asked to fight a war without a plan to win the peace.
Well, we had a plan to have peace. But
Yeah, you know what I think happens with that? Because I wondered when we won, essentially, the war in a couple of days, that it seemed like nobody really did figure out, hey, what do we do with this country now that we have it?
No, I think we had a plan.
So do I just don't think it worked.
Yeah, it's just not working.
Right, I think everybody has a plan.
We just kind of thought that they'd go, oh, thanks, and not blow us up and stuff after we won.
And we got blown up again this morning, I believe.
It happens every day. It's so awful. I mean, we've lost 900 people. Well, now it's more, because I know last week we've lost more in the peace efforts than we have during the war.
Oh, by triple, I believe.
Well, it was 900 last count after the fact, and I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Number 2, Jack.
You don't value families by kicking kids out of after-school programs and taking cops off the streets so that Enron can get another tax break.
That made no sense.
Yeah, but he's right. It doesn't make any sense that the tax cuts had nothing to do with Enron.
Yeah, and taking more cops off the streets has nothing to do with Enron. And really implies that if you're going to help children, you need more cops on the street because kids are, you need to arrest those bastards.
Well, and Enron was a whole different Oprah.
Yeah, can you play that one again?
That guy might be tarded.
You don't value families by kicking kids out of after-school programs and taking cops off the streets so that Enron can get another tax break.
That made, yeah.
Okay, here's what he's saying.
Right.
Here's what he's saying, that we're cutting taxes to fund kids and police officers, but we're giving big corporations tax breaks.
Okay.
But he said it.
No offense
poorly
to you because you communicate quite clearly every morning, but if you can say it that clearly without a writer, you would think that John Kerry could have gotten his message across.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. You're right. You're absolutely right. Anyway, okay, so here's the big story, though, and the most exciting part.
Yeah.
Because it's like a car accident.
I've read up on it now. It's huge.
Okay, so after the big speech, you know how they drop all the balloons and confetti? Well, it goes, the director is on the microphone, and he says, go balloons, go balloons, go balloons. I don't see anything happening. Go balloons, go balloons, go balloons. Stand by confetti. Keep coming. Balloons, more balloons. Bring it. Balloons, balloons. Balloons. We want balloons, but he's screaming.
Yeah.
And everybody can hear it. Tons of them. Bring them down. Let them all come. No confetti. No confetti yet. He was standing by with confetti, but
he's
now
doing his job.
No confetti yet. No confetti. All right, go balloons. Go balloons. We need more balloons. All balloons. All balloons. Keep going. Come on, guys. Let's move it. Jesus, we need more balloons. I want all balloons to go. God damn it. Go confetti. Go confetti. More confetti. I want more balloons. What's happening to the balloons? We need more balloons. And he's about to explode at this point. And now... And you'll hear the F thing, but we had to...
Of course.
Here's the rest of that.
All balloons! Where the hell? There's nothing falling! What the are you guys doing up there?
Jeez.
It went across the world. What the F are you guys doing out there?
And that's all that people remember now from the whole thing.
What the F are you guys doing up there? And everybody... It was the shot heard across...
Yes, it was.
I'm going to a toga party on Saturday.
I heard that in the hallway. You were standing around a bunch of girls being girly-like, and then I heard, you're going to a toga party by yourself? That's what I heard.
Oh, well, because what's her name? She's not taking her husband. So I was going to take whatever.
The new kid.
Yeah. Oh, my God. You know what? By the way, I called him, what did I call him? A football doofus.
Okay.
A doofus football player. Oh, they get mad.
He's already mad?
Yeah.
Early in the game, early in the first quarter.
Yeah, I call him a doofus football player. Wow, they get mad at that. Like crazy mad.
You know what it is? It's roid rage.
I think so.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, my God. He was mad. Anyway, and so I was going to take him, but I realized he's like 6'4" or something.
That's awesome.
You can't be in a sheet. He'll have high waters.
Just no. You get him a California King.
A mini skirt sheet.
I was just thinking, I can't take him. He'll have high waters. I'll be ashamed.
You cannot be ashamed of a 6'4" handsome man, no matter what he's
In
wearing.
a sheet.
Well, I'm ashamed of everybody who's going.
Anyway.
Who goes to a toga party?
I don't know. It's Sherry, the sales chick, the sleazy, slutty Sherry.
I like her.
I love her. She's awesome. She's my favorite, besides all the other ones. Anyway, I absolutely love her. But her friend has all these weird theme parties all the time. Remember, like last Halloween, you had to dress as your favorite song? Like Devil in a Red Dress?
Right. That was actually a blue dress.
Whatever. I was in a red one.
You were a lady in red.
I wasn't anything. It ended up that Builder Bob's parents' house was going to catch on fire. And so I spent all this money at the costume shop.
Right.
Hundreds of dollars. And then we didn't go because we had to, like, spray a hose.
It's a clever idea, though, dress as your favorite song. Gretchen has theme parties.
Oh.
She had Ugly Bridesmaid's Dress party.
Oh, I love those.
That was really funny. It was really funny, but she's been itching to have a Moulin Rouge party for every event that's happened since that movie came out, and I keep finding reasons to not be home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
a weird one.
And what are the snacks?
Yeah, and what do you really wear? Who really remembers the Moulin Rouge? You know,
Well-
aside from the can dancers, what do you wear?
And by the way, if you've actually ever seen it in Paris, it is the tackiest, cheesiest, worst. Oh my God, they try to be Vegas and they can't be, and then they're lip syncing to the words, and they're trying to be U.S. soldiers.
You mean it's bad?
Oh, it's awful.
You're kidding.
It's the saddest piece of crap you've ever seen.
But like when you said the Mona Lisa was disappointing because it's so small.
Well, it is the first time you see it.
Right. But it's still the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, but just like when you see the Hollywood sign, you're a little disappointed.
Not now. It's better now, isn't it?
No, it used to have lights on it. It was better then.
I used to hike up to it. It was like this, you'd see used syringes, and it was awful.
Yeah, but I mean, you have this vision of what it's supposed to be.
No, that's what I was asking about.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, you'd think it's fabulous.
Yeah, because like Mona Lisa's an 8x10.
On wood, right?
Yeah, it's just right there. You're like, oh, damn. But anyway, Moulin Rouge, it's so disappointing. It's just so, you pay all this money to go and you're in Paris, and then you're like, oh, no, you did not. It's just a sad little show. That's all. Yeah, God love it. And then there's a bunch of like, I don't know, Vietnamese in there with you. A big tour group, like a big busload of them. You're all just sitting there. Anyway.
Vietnamese watching the Moulin Rouge?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was crazy.
Well, it used to be a French colony,
Where?
Vietnam.
No,
French territory.
I did not know that.
That's why it's really good food.
Yeah. Other sad news to report, and speaking of all this cheesy stuff, Miss America pageant is no longer going to have the talent portion of the show.
I heard that.
How
morning.
sad is that?
Not as sad as losing the swimsuit competition.
Yeah, but they are actually what they're going to do is a montage, and they're going to do like 10-second clip of all the girls doing their, because it's in a preliminary whatever. Right. So they're going to put it together like a little, I don't know, dance fever segment.
Now, do you think the Miss America pageant will ever get a good sense of humor and give us the William Hung of Miss America talent people?
Well, let me tell you, I think at some point they did, because it said most typical in the Miss America since 1954 have been baton twirlers. Thank God, because my big worry in life is when you put your kid in baton, what's it really going to do later with that?
Right.
There's just not a whole lot, and thank God there's Miss America.
Right.
Yeah, because that gives your kid an outlet when they grow up. Opera singers and piano players. But it says through the years, contestants have ridden horses on stage, stomped on broken glass, jumped on a trampoline, and even one contestant drove a tractor.
That's kind of cool. The stomped on broken glass lady, I'd vote for her.
But what, the tractor lady wanted to show she had tractor-like skills?
Yes.
That's her talent?
Yes, and I'm this pretty, yet I can work a tractor. That's exactly what she wanted to show.
I don't know. Anyway, it's kind of sad. But their ratings have been really slipping, so they think that they need to shorten it and eliminate it.
I think they're probably right, because usually I assume it was just on, or it's just coming on, one of the two.
I think it's on in September.
Because I would already be hearing about this from my wife and who's going to win and what dress they're going to wear, and she's not. So I'm guessing that it is falling out of mind.
Are you guys sad? Jack, you sad?
Yes.
Yeah, the talent portion.
I am not sad.
You're not?
No.
Well, hell.
I've never seen one of those pageants without being forced to.
Yes, Jack, elongation.
They should eliminate that question asking segment because they're all crappy answers.
The answers-
I want peace.
I like the
want world
booth,
peace.
though. I like to see what they do in the booth.
Well, have them sing or something when they come out of the
The booth makes me happy, Jack, because I'm like, ha, you have sitting there. And then I'm like, are they trying to read their lips and see what they're asking?
Everything
Or some
that-
of it's one question, but sometimes they pull from a hat.
Like
Yeah.
when they say, what is your
Peace.
goal? That kind of thing. Gretchen used to write my jokes for this Australia thing I did,
World
and she
hunger.
was so mean. I finally had to tell her, okay, handicapped kids, AIDS, and cancer. Never, ever, ever funny. But that's the answer to their goal at the Miss America pageant. They want to cure all those things. And you're in a bathing suit, lady. Don't cure. Play the piano and stomp on broken glass like a person.
Yeah, it is the same answer. You're right. That they should bring the talent back and
Dump
forget
that.
yeah, because they're gonna just lie.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna keep the money, the Corvette, and I'm gonna whore around for a while.
I'm going to go to LA and replace Angelina
And I'm gonna have sex with my crown on. What are you gonna do about it?
with my sash. I'd have this dry cleaned.
Oh, I was just thinking we could have toga sex.
You could.
Anyway, going back to that, I don't know because I know how many we did that show about how many people have relations in their outfits.
70%.
70% in their Halloween costumes have relations. All right, another little breaking news story. Jack, if you can give me the breaking news type, thank you. Breaking news in the world of buffets. Our friend Stench has combed the world really for the finest buffets in the land, and yesterday he took our buddy Leland.
You really went with Leland?
Yeah.
He's dying to go.
And they went to a buffet, and then tragedy struck.
I may never buffet again.
Well, you got to start off when a guy your size, and you've been used to hanging with Drunk Jack, decides to take the little Asian guy buffeting.
Oh no, the little Asian guy has to hang. I drive, you eat 3 plates of food, or you walk back to the radio station.
Good. All right.
Done. That's the rule.
It is the rule.
And Leland has to play by the rule.
You know what's weird is any kind of food, 20 minutes later, he's hungry again.
See, that's why that works. See? That is why that works. He has to have 3 full plates of
Right.
it, and then if he doesn't finish all of it, he has to walk home, right?
Yeah.
All right, so when we come back, Stench will tell you
this
an
is
awful. It's a tearjerker, really. So get out the Kleenex or any name brand tissue that you so choose. No, not necessarily Kleenex brand.
What's another brand?
How do you know
Wow.
that? You
'Cause he's
homosexual. Why do you know a different brand?
Because that's what he wipes his boyfriend's lip gloss off with.
All right, here in mere moments, we're going to start our boob talk extravaganza. Boob talk!
There's a lot of boob talk. I've got a packet.
I know. Well, I was watching a show on Discovery, and it was all about why men love breasts. And it's funny because I talked about, 4 guys last night. Not like, hey, just 4 friends.
Like my boo.
Hey, what up?
We're going to do boob talk tomorrow, so talk to me now.
No, I just talked to 4 of my friends yesterday about this particular thing, and I took some notes. And it's just funny because they all say the same things. I'm just going to tell you this one thing, and then we'll go to Stench, and then we'll come back to this. But, yeah, I don't really like fake boobs. Every man says that, and every man looks at them.
Yeah.
Well, looking at him and we all look at car crashes, too. We don't want to go up and squeeze them.
Oh, my God. But it's just so funny. I prefer natural breasts. Okay.
They're telling you the truth.
It's a whole thing.
When you see a girl with a perfect fake rack, you want to squeeze them really badly. But every time you do, you then are totally disappointed. When you see a girl whose boobs are natural and not necessarily that great, and you squeeze them, you go, oh, yeah, I remember these. These are boobs.
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
Every guy. Yeah, I like natural.
What they mean is they like natural boobs if they were as hot looking as fake boobs.
Yeah, exactly is what they mean. Anyway, so we have Dr. Patty Britton, and she is coming. Is she on the phone or is she?
She's calling.
She's calling. Okay, and she is a doctor, and she has this whole thing.
Very informed, this lady.
And we're also going to find out why men have nipples.
Good. I really want to ask her that.
Yeah. So why men have nipples? I mean, if they can't, because obviously women have nipples and areolas.
It's actually from a magazine article, and the headline is his and hers, and then it says, "Why on earth do men have nipples?" That's a really good question. There's no biological. They're not utilitarian at all, right?
Yeah. So we'll get to boob talk here in moments, and some of the things that you can do to spice up your tatas. as well to draw in the masses.
Yeah, like say
Not
okay.
tumors, but like men.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that'd be bad. If we gave you advice on how to get like a mass.
Right.
That'd be bad. Anyway, in the meantime, is the sad, tragic tale of a buffet. All right, Stench, continue your story.
Okay,
please.
so
All right.
I hit up one of our favorite buffets with Leland, our coworker here at the Radio Ranch.
One of your regular buffets?
Yes.
Okay.
And
A place that never usually lets him down.
never lets me down. As a matter of fact, I had a little skip in my step because I knew I was going yesterday.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
happy. So I get in there. We're on plate number 3. So Leland has made it. He's not going to have to walk back. I'm finishing mine off, and I bite into a piece of chicken, and there's something in my chicken, like different. So I start looking, and this piece of chicken is very peculiar looking. And I'm like, wow. And then as I look into it, I'm horrified to find out my chicken wing still has plenty of chicken feathers on it.
Yeah.
And then it was battered and fried with the feathers on it.
My
I
God.
gross out, and then I show it to Leland, and Leland is like, "Oh my God!" He gets totally
It has
grossed out.
feathers on it.
The feathers,
Yeah,
a
I've seen
lot of feathers still on it. Like not a feather, a lot of feathers still on that wing, and they battered it and fried it anyways and put it out on the buffet.
Okay, now I've seen the one like kind of speckled with tiny little feathers that are still on it.
These were an inch long.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what? And then I start realizing I pull them out. It's a feather. I show it to Leland. He grosses out, and I'm like, well,
I've seen
we
this
gotta go.
Tweety Bird episode.
It was gross. It grossed me out.
What'd you do?
Yeah, he just blows it out, remember?
Yeah. We just left.
You
We
didn't
just
go to the
left.
manager
You
and
didn't
say,
say
hey?
anything?
No, I'm like, I'm done. I finished. I put it down, and I just
You
I
had
didn't eat it. and
feathers
I
with
wa-
your chicken.
I
I don't think
walked
it's a
away.
delicacy.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think you have to pay.
No, then we left, and I told Leland, I said, oh my God. And then Leland's like, we should have took a picture and brought it back. And I'm like, well, at least you saw it, so Leland can verify my story. But there were feathers in my chicken wing.
I don't think those are supposed to be there.
No,
I'm
they're
almost
not.
scared. For a girl who won't even eat chicken if it's on the bone.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how you'd have freaked if you had found your food had feathers and just tried saying that again?
How can that have happened?
Because you'd have freaked if you found your food had
I
feathers.
thought the same thing. How did that happen?
Because they clean them and wash them and sterilize them or something?
And then batter them, and they have to go through that whole process of dipping them in all the stuff.
I mean, before that, when they're at the plant, they do all this stuff to them.
This wing must have still been flapping and avoided the cleaning
Maybe it's
process.
maybe we should look at it as a positive. Like it's the
How?
holy wing.
Why? Did the feathers look like Mother Teresa?
I don't know. We could let's try to make it a positive.
Okay, go ahead.
Like the chances of you oh my God, you should buy a lottery ticket today. Because the chances out of all the chicken that people consume of him getting that one wing with the feathers on it, buy a lottery ticket, my friend.
A whole lot of
No.
feathers on it.
Go get a CAT scan.
Why?
Because it's bad luck he's having.
Well, probably the deep frying probably killed the salmonella. Yeah.
I didn't get sick. I mean, other than the fact that I felt like, oh, God, there's feathers on this chicken, but I was fine all
Do
day.
you feel light as a feather?
No. Matter of fact, I feel a little heavier than a feather today.
The FCC would be really upset with the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah.
There's boobs everywhere.
Everywhere.
My God. I don't know if we've come that far.
What do you mean?
If you think about it, because now in our time, people would be really appalled if somebody in a church painted pictures of women breastfeeding and boobs everywhere and women, with their big old hooters glowing in a church.
I think you might be right. There's aside from a famous portrait of
Mary,
right, breastfeeding. They would, and even that today would be weird, I think.
Yeah, but so imagine like the whole ceiling is covered with women in their hooters. I mean, it's a dream to you guys, but nowadays, if you did, painted that in a church, I think people would be upset.
I got to tell you, the painting of boobs on a ceiling, really not a dream come true for guys.
Takes a long time, Dan. Gotta lay on your back, paint it for a while.
Yeah, you get yelled at by the Pope. I saw that
Yeah.
movie. Charlton Heston yells.
Yeah.
Damn those apes. Oh, no, wrong Charlton Heston movie.
Did you know that men are actually envious of women's breasts?
In what sense?
It just says breasts became what men lusted after, envied, and fought for.
Yeah, I've done all those things. Lusted after them, envied, and fought for.
They have erotic power yet function.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
I have neither of those.
The ultimate sex toy. Available at JamieWhite.com.
I have No, they're not.
I know.
But find a way.
And some pasties probably we sell. I don't know. Or nipple clamps. I don't know what the hell. Sometimes I'm just like, Pearl, what are you putting on there? Help me. Remember the day of the knee pads? Oh, I had to make a phone call. Nothing. We'll skip it. Yeah.
I got to go check this thing out.
No, it's... Anyway, the female breast, absolutely, positively a natural part of the human body. And big boobs, small boobs, they have the same number, if you have real ones, of nerve endings. Mm-hmm. And they believe that women with smaller breasts actually can feel or get more sensation because it takes, a little time. Like Alina's boobs takes like an hour for a brain to register that you touched them.
Well, then I would have to think that it would stand to reason that small wieners, same thing applies.
Well, now that's a show we'll save for next Friday.
No, I can tell you from personal experience, that's the way it works.
But that wouldn't be good. It would mean they were quicker.
Right.
Well, I don't know if that's true because the problem is the nerve endings on the breasts are at the end, kind of, where the areola and the nipple and stuff. So that's why it takes a long time for Alina's to travel from her knees.
Oh, please, because they have to travel from New Jersey.
I've never seen those things unleashed.
Never?
She has what, like triple D's or something?
Easily, yeah.
Or double E's?
Okay.
I don't know.
Easy E.
They're real, but I've never seen them unleashed, and I think I would be scarred for life if I saw them.
I'd pay money.
You would?
Yes, to see them unleashed, just to see what
I think it will,
to
like, I'll mentally be scarred. Like when you guys saw that guy being decapitated?
Yeah.
And you guys can't get it out of your head? And I don't mean to compare it, but I really believe if I saw her breastises and the humongous bologna pieces on the end of them.
See, that would ruin it for me. You've ruined it for me.
I think you hurt her feelings. Why? Because I saw her at the Jim Wayne salon yesterday, and she was like, "You guys are doing a boob show?" And I could tell it was like, "Why haven't I been called?"
Oh,
right.
Well, she'd just be subject matter, though.
It's like if friends of mine were doing the Redhead show and didn't call.
Right. Yeah. Well, she was actually on the Discovery Channel on there. It was called Human Libido and Sexuality. And it was all about how women's breasts actually, like I told you yesterday, it's like the Get Smart show where we have these black and white circles that go and draw you guys in.
Yes, it's totally true.
And I have really bad news for you, Jack, because I was watching this Discovery Channel, and women will either oil up the cleavage of their breasts, oil it, or put shimmer and sparkle on it to draw in men and to get more attention.
Wow. Well, see, I didn't know that. I just thought it was her thing.
If you
like Jenny Purple.
But if you put glitter on your body, it's to attract attention. I don't care where you put it.
And that's the thing, Jack. As soon as I saw this, I thought, because it said now in today's times, women are finding that if they oil up their breast, that gets more attention, or if they put, glitter or whatever. And it showed these women dancing. And I mean, it was like a beacon light at this.
Wow.
And your wife has beacons on her tatas.
She does. Because they're very nice tatas, I'll say that. But I think I do stare at Jack's wife's tatas more than other people's tatas.
So do I, because she glitters them, and then sometimes she wears that thin bra where if they get a little chilly.
They're so mesmerizing that our baby is obsessed with them. And not like because our baby wasn't breastfed.
Right.
Just in the last few weeks, she constantly is grabbing at her boobs, and if she happens to be shirtless, the baby will not leave her alone. Like, I have to pull the baby off, and the baby claws to get back at
Well,
them.
but no wonder they look like play toys, because they got sparkly stuff happening, and they're shimmering. They look like a play toy.
She hangs the red and white mobile from them.
Yeah. That's not the baby's fault. Your wife, makes them fun.
Yeah. She's got festive breasts.
Yeah, she does have festive breasts. Art is that hard to say. Festive breasts. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to be talking all about the boobies today. All right, and I think we should do our first calls of the day.
The first call of the day with Jamie and Danny.
What is that song?
Check it and see. I got a fever of 103. Summer days. Lonely black and white on a hot summer night.
about that little montage anymore.
Yeah. Are you?
Well, I just like the last part where I can just harmonize. That one note, I can harmonize it.
Blowing with the jazz one in my mind.
Right, I can harmonize that one, and that's the only thing that excites me because I get ready for that.
Let's just make that, Jack.
Here's the problem. We have a month of summer left. Should I make a new summer one, or should we wait and then just get the fall
I don't know.
one rocking?
I don't feel like it's just, I don't feel it. I don't feel
It's just like your favorite song, and then you get over it. That's all.
I know. How about that Rich and Richer or whatever? That one.
Big and Rich?
Save a horse, ride a cowboy. Just a little, like a little piece of that. I love that song.
Add that in there or make one with that?
Take some out and add that in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll try.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Save a horse, ride some Jasmine in my mind.
No, save a horse, ride a cowboy. Who doesn't love that song?
Right, but I think Jack is asking you.
And then I'm here for the party. I don't really like that song though. But what? But what?
Is Jack losing that montage and adding some new stuff, or is he keeping that one and just editing in Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy?
Here's what I would like to have happen, Jack. What I'd like to have happen is 3 of those pieces be taken out. Okay. One bigger chunk of Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy be added, along with something of your choice.
All right, as long as we're making demands. The longer chunk of Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, I think it needs to be chopped up 3 times through the thing. So it'll be Save a Horse. Hey, take off all your clothes, ride a cowboy.
What are you, Mixmaster D?
Well, we're just throwing this crap out there.
You got all excited, knocked your head off like a bobblehead over there. Jesus.
Hurt myself.
Okay, so here's a few of the things I saw from this television show. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it's the Boob Show, by the way.
Right.
Because
we actually started the Boob Show?
Yeah, I think officially we'll kick it off right now. It's
Okay.
the Boob Show. It's the Crazy Boob Show. Do we have like a, hey, it's the Boob Show?
It's the Boob Show!
Apparently the answer is yes.
Yeah, there it was. And so we have Dr. Patty Britton. Is it Britton?
Dr. Patty.
Dr. Patty. And she has a website called lovingsex.com. It's all in the up and up. It's not, she's a full-fledged doctor at lovingsex.com. And we also have some DVDs on how you can become a better lover as well. This is all based on a show I saw on Discovery Health Channel about how women oil up the cleavage of their breasts and put sparkles on them and draw men into their cleavage, and how women wear lip gloss. And they actually showed like the pulse rates of these men when they saw like lips that were shimmery.
Shiny, yeah.
Because apparently it also somehow represents the female,
You know, it's weird. It's like when I said everybody wants to squeeze fake breasts because they're perfect, but then when you do, they're disappointing.
Right.
I hate lip gloss. I won't let Gretchen drink out of my drink if she's wearing it. But when chicks are wearing it, they look fabulous.
Yeah, it was a
But
weird...
if they kiss you, and you just go afterwards.
And then they showed women with like a little bit of pink blush on their cheeks, and that represented youth, and men were attracted to that. And then oddly enough, women with big hips, they did the pulse rates of men, and the women with the bigger, rounder hips, it showed fertility.
Right.
And the men, even though men like thin women with big boobs and all that, it was something that they couldn't control. They were drawn to the women with bigger hips because of fertility.
Hips,
yeah.
Right. Big birthing hips.
You'd think by now I'd be knocked up.
You did.
My God, I got them suckers. Anyway, all right, so we have Dr. Patty Britton with us this morning. Hi,
Hi, Dr. Patty.
Good morning. How are you two?
We
We're good.
are good. How are you?
I'm great, and I love this conversation because this is following on the heels of a lot of research in biology and sociobiology about what attracts us to a mate, and a lot of it is just biological programming.
Yeah, that was the thing about the women with big hips. They asked the men, what do you prefer in a woman? And they said, a thin woman with big breasts. But yet, when they...
That's called conditioning.
Right. And then yet when they studied them and their pulse rates, the women with the bigger hips, were the ones that their little hearts went a pitter-patter.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. And also, sometimes there have been studies, and on the cover of Time magazine many years ago, there was a study about the fact that men are drawn to women who have a symmetrical look to them. Mm-hmm. And it has to do with breeding. It's really the biological imperative sets up a lot of cueing that goes on, which is really, there have been books written about the human animal. Desmond Norris many years ago wrote a book, and it was so fascinating because lipstick and wearing red nail polish are really ways of simulating what goes on in the animal kingdom.
Well, let me ask you a question.
I've never seen a lion with red nail polish on.
But I've seen a baboon with a red keister.
Well,
Yes, you
okay,
have.
that's hot.
And that's the whole point, that when an animal is in estrus or heat, it signals by swelling, by becoming reddened, or by becoming wet. That's why the glossy lips.
We're hot.
Ah, very
Hot, hot,
nice.
hot.
That's why the glossy lips.
All right, so let me ask you something, because it
Okay.
is
That's
natural.
interesting.
Say one of us is married to a woman,
Yes.
and that woman continues to use like sparkle and glitter on her breasts and cleavage when she goes out. Does that necessarily mean she's trying to attract the attention of other men she is not married to?
Well, yes and no. Here's the yes. It may be that it's really playful for her and affirming of her power as a woman, or affirming of her femininity, that when she goes out in that attire, let's call it, or that style, which is not the common style, that she gets a lot of attention and attracts men, and probably women too, who look at her, because the biological cueing can go both ways. But the no part is that just because someone is flirty or sending signals out into the world doesn't mean that they're actually looking to do anything about it. It's kind of like how fantasies work.
Okay, so Jack, basically, it's okay with your wife that I'm staring at her hooters because she's not going to do anything anyway. So it's
No,
good news all the way
and
around.
Here's the great
Well,
news.
and she's asking for it.
But here's the great news. It may be that when you're staring at her hooters, as you call them, and you get a response or reaction to that, you can then go home to your wife and bring that wonderful energy home.
Oh, God.
Oh, I can't tell you how many times I've called my wife Sparkles.
All right, here's the deal. Oh, no, you're sick and wrong. Jack, that's his wife and is the mother of his child.
She's the mother of my child.
Who is?
Sparkles.
You know he gets all weird like that. He's
No, you
jealous.
don't.
Yes, he's all jealous.
Of me.
It doesn't bother me. Dan's the one who gets all weird. He'll be the one. You'll make one comment that he said, and he'll flip out and go, "My wife gets upset." I don't.
That's right. But you don't care. I
right.
stared at his wife's hooters, and I'm sorry.
Dr. Patty Britton is with us again from lovingsex.com. We have to take a little bitty break, and when we come back, I'll tell you what I just read, which is, did you know that the breast had its biggest moment in time when it was most covered? Weird. In the Victorian age, you know, when everybody was like suppressed or whatever, that's when people were obsessed with it, when they couldn't see it.